Sway your hands.
11号星期二早晨，现在是7点23。我呢先下楼吃个早餐，因为他们8点有一个我不准备参加，我可以9点45。我回来以后呢，可以冲一个澡。我呢先迅速穿一下这个裙子。昨天他们说这个裙子，车上人说这个裙子很好看，羊绒衫。这是我的早餐，接了很多水。它这个 IBS 离城市非常的远，你知道吗？因为差不多大概步行的话要走36-7分钟到40分钟，所有主要景点都很远。让我喜欢这个面包，面包上面是一些大字，特别好吃。吃的这个就叫我看吃，正好把这个维也纳这个 IBS 这个连锁店给拍一下。感觉我吃饭的地儿是 kitchen 就在前边，这是他的厨房，我是在右边，找了一张桌子吃饭。这是他的一些东西很简单。面包这个面包好吃。已经上次去维也纳已经去商本去了2次，参观1次，再加上听了一场美泉宫的音乐会，所以非常好。所以今天早上我想休息一下，然后参加它包含的City Tour。它那裹那个咸肉 bacon 的香肠挺好吃的，另外我还吃了这个面包，再弄了一个它的那个奥利。今天有一个 City Tour， 我上次都是自己玩的，我要看一下它 City Tour 的几个 highlight。
Yes.
我很奇怪，为什么没有人参加这个 bus 带你去的免费的 included 的 City Tour？
Left inside should one.
知道了，今天是去那商本接那个30个人，这13-14个人，包括我并没有去商本，因为我已经去过2次了。
So, did you enjoy the gardens? I know that there was not that much time. I know that I've heard it already. Serbia or Greece, they would say, oh, how expensive that is. So the average income of employees and workers in Vienna per year is approximately 24,000 after tax. So that means it is expensive for us as well. But there is lots of subsidized housing, long-term colonies, Okay, so that was a short interruption. This is what I name about the old ones from the 1800s. There will more and more come as we go on. They were all built for workers in the second half of the 19th century. There were no bathrooms at all. The bathrooms, well, they simply didn't exist, but the toilets, they were outside, but not one on the aisle. So inside the building, but not inside the apartment. And one toilet was used by between up to 40 people. You can apply for subsidized housing. You can have a small apartment. You can have 2 incomes. So it's all, different possibilities for renting an apartment. Declared independence, and that's why the whole empire then broke up. So practically you can say that nationalism killed. One of the most famous was Maria Trevisio, who ruled in the 1700s for 40 years. And she had these 16 kids in 19 years, which made her very famous. And also because she was the only woman on the throne in all the 640 years of the Habsburgs' reign. And the other one was her great-great-grandson, so 4 generations later, was Franz Josef, who was our second last emperor. In his time, a lot of things happened here in Vienna, so he was really important for us here. And he was not the last emperor. He died in 1916. So who was the last emperor? Well, the last emperor was a man called Karl. And Karl only ruled for 2 years. Well, Franz Josef, in fact, had with his wife, they had a son, but the son committed suicide when he was 31 years old. And he was the nephew of Franz Josef, but he got killed 2 years before Franz Josef died, and that's why he never entered the throne. So then the last crown prince was that forgotten emperor Karl, who actually became emperor then for the last 2 years. There's a couple of nice Art Nouveau buildings, one on the left-hand side, the white one with the golden and blue decoration. And then here we have our largest market, food market, which is called the Nash Market. And the Nash Market is the oldest food market in Vienna. It's very big as well. It has 140 stalls. And those districts form circles, So the old town is district number 1. Outside the old town, we have the so-called inner districts, because this is the home of the Philharmonic Orchestra of Vienna. and the New Year's concert is being played in there once a year. They had to do in the old days anyway. So because they get so many applications, they have to make a lottery, and then the lucky ones can buy the tickets at the regular rate, which is between 200 and 1,200 euros. And if you're not lucky, you can still try the black market, because a lot of people then sell their tickets, but then you pay 5, 6, 7 times as much. On the right-hand side, you see a fountain that commemorates the opening of the first Vienna water pipe, and behind it is the monument to the unknown soldier, which was put up, included a lot of Ukrainians and others, and for those the Soviets put up this monument. Then the other came from the west, and following the city ends the fortifications, and when the building on the right hand side is the Opera House, which was the first building to be inaugurated on the Ring Road in 1869 with the opera Don Giovanni. Unfortunately, the two architects were not alive when the opera was inaugurated, because the Viennese hadn't liked it, of the German classical language. And this is why a building that's part of the Winter Palace of the Habsburgs family, but we will walk there a little bit later. Up in the middle between the two buildings sits Maria Theresia, but we will actually finish our driving part exactly here. The building looks like a Greek temple because it represents democracy. The lady in front is called Pallas Athena. She's the Greek goddess of wisdom. Again, on the right-hand side, the largest theater here on the right. And on the left-hand side is our city hall, a famous coffee house where Sigmund Freud used to have coffee. Had really come to the throne. I always say he was really a boy. I mean, he was like 18 years old when he from a music called the Britinsky March, which was written by Johann Strauss, the father. Costoletta Milanese, which he liked very much. Then it was served to Emperor Franz Josef here. He liked it too, and as easy as that. So I said around. They didn't have any public function like the Opera House, Theater, Parliament, and so on. They are former noble.
又来到了 Maria Teresa 的广场，我的左手边应该就是第2 History Museum， 这边的话呢应该是Natural History Museum。好，再把这个 Teresa Maria 的这个雕像给。后边是那个 Teresa 那个 Plaza 广场。那现在我们走的这条街，这叫什么 Barry Street， 那后边就应该是城堡区。他们管这个叫 Winter Palace， 感觉这边应该是它的那个英雄广场。它的 Winter Palace 东宫被称为叫 Habsburg 霍夫堡，就是参观里面有那个西西公主的 museum。大概有18个 building， 这个城堡区有40吗？2000多个房间。它 finish 是1913年，里面有很多的 museum。这边一个雕像，英雄广场。那边一个雕像，这是一个家族的一个 building。
Sway your hands.
第2次来托普尔的。小广场又来了一遍。路易威汤啊 ，Gucci 啊，有那么几家店，并不是全部都是 high end 的。这条街10:30 10点半以后就不允许车过了，全都是行人街。这是我们的导游，蛮好的。
Decorations for the tables and so on. And then there was the flower baker who made bread and pastries and so on. And then of course,
Christmas decoration 的话已经都摆上了。
They called it produce from all over the world, like spices and all different.
是卖那个 种香料的。
Amongst that produce was also coffee.
Julius Kleiner 发明了一种就是卖那个咖啡粉，所以它的就是买这个品牌的咖啡可以作为 souvenir 带回国。Julius Kleiner 这个咖啡的话，可以买回去送人。教堂，那小孩儿好可爱呀、I'm sorry, what's the name of the
St. Peter.
St.
St.
Peter.
Peter's.
Oh, okay.
I will build a church.
那我们来的时候，正好他们这些人在工作，要把这儿挂2个大型的吊灯，旁边的 Couple Altar。非常有名的 church， steps 往高的，没有往上爬。它这个清理的话，就是用手和水一点点清理好多年，好多地方都是黑的，还没有清，因为都是大理石。萨菲尔和那个咖啡店，那个梅辣只要比 cappuccino 稍微轻一点，没有 cappuccino 那么重味道。它有10至15种的咖啡可以选择。
If you tell him with the cheese, they will know. Yeah, Käse keine. And we usually have them not in a hot dog. We have them on a paper plate, sliced up with mustard and dark bread. Yeah, and maybe a beer. No sauerkraut or so. Yeah. We make schnapps. Yeah, but it's a strong liquor which has I don't know. 35, 38 volume of alcohol.
那个 strudel 就是馅儿饼，通常的话是在那个 coffee house 可以找得到，我可以试一下。另外一种咖啡，前面这个是 Summer Hotel 和那个 Summer Cafe， 值得一试。里面可以点它有一个小礼物。这个地儿就是它的巧克力咖啡店的地方。这是他们的那个 menu， 不过没有货。如果你要不想去那种萨赫那个咖啡店去排那长队哈，其实在这个 Sloop 这儿喝杯咖啡也挺好，人又少，那个东西又好吃 ，Why not？ That is not. Oh my god! You can take this one. 这是 lunch， 挺好喝的。也有点像那个，就说是进口的那个高冷的感觉。Now you start with the tip, right? But you also charge the service, right? 所以这个的话呢，才15.2块，一块点心2杯咖啡，还不错。
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Have a nice.
送人的小礼物 ，Swashki. OK, don't go in mountain. 咱上次来那个维也纳没看它这个水晶，一会儿查它一下。这是它的那个手链、项链，哇，好闪呀！这个耳坠好。耶，我们想去一个 department store。哎呀 ，here。这是他们那个 department store 叫 Staffil 吧。上次来呢，上5层退税。这地儿排队1、2、3、4、5、6。现在这个在外边走特别舒服。Glass work, right? Yeah, glass. They draw it. 那么一会儿从这条街，然后向这边拐。是维也纳那个卖内衣也是很著名的，这就是他那个卖内衣的那个 store。实际上我在这条街就叫做 Kartner。我记着我曾经在这块这个地方坐着，有一个从前南斯拉夫过来的塞尔维亚，他在谈那个朋友再见朋友再见。也这是他们著名的商业街。买一些例子。OK，thank you。对，我上次来也来过这个广场，这是一个现代的一个雕塑。这边的话呢，就是那个 Modern Art Museum， 我们现在往那边走，就是他们那个 Opera House 的侧面。啊，今天真是一个好天，你看我就穿一个短袖 T 恤，穿的去，特别舒服。
Otherwise, I'm quite ugly, right?
No, don't think of that way. You look even more. You already